Welcome to the show called Later is Greater. My name is Tyrone Erasmus Campbell. Just call me Erasmus. What are we talking about? We're talking about 7 steps to success. We're talking about hard work, patience, sacrifice, consistency, discipline, self-confidence. 7 steps. Hard work. Don't believe in luck. You gotta put in the work. Patience. If you're losing patience, you're losing the battle. Sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice for what you want, then what you want becomes the sacrifice. Consistency is what transforms average into excellence. Consistency. Discipline. Motivation gets you going. Discipline gets you growing. Confidence. Confidence in will they like me? But no, confidence in that if they don't like me, it's okay. Not will they like me confidence? No, confidence that means if they don't like you, that's okay. All right, those are the 7 steps to be successful. Practice those steps. They'll take you far in life. We've got a topic we're going to talk about today that most people don't want to talk about. They're doing something in China that we would be appalled if it was done in America. They have a thing called leftover women. And this is something being done by the Federation of Women in China. And in Mandarin, it's called orange at the bottom of the basket. In Cantonese, it's called sugar cane that didn't get sold. There's another term. It's called the thing used for filling the gap of the stove. Now for men, they're called quality real estate. They have another definition for men, diamond bachelor. So I'm trying to figure out, do they prioritize men more? Are men more worthy in China than they are in America? We're going to be talking about that on this podcast. You know, I've gotten views, and my views seem to say that they want to talk about relationships. And so we're going to be talking about relationships on this podcast. So make sure you tell all your friends. We've now got a focus. Our focus is on relationships. We're going to be talking about relationships all around the world. Everybody treats everybody different. It's all about one race, the human race. But we're going to see how we and humanity are treating all of us that look like us and all of us that don't look like us. But understand that it all gets greater later. No matter what you're going through now, it all changes. You have to hold on. Just as you're about to get a breakthrough, you're having a breakdown. Don't hold on. It's just about to break through for you. Because just as you're about to cross the bridge, that's when you got to try the hardest. That's when you got to focus the most. When you're about to get that big raise, that big promotion, or whatever. You see your dream is about to come true. That's when you have to focus the most before it comes through. So just hang on in there. It gets greater later. You need only believe. My name is Tyrone Erasmus Campbell. Just call me Erasmus. We're going to be finding out what they think about men around the world. Do they appreciate men in America, in China, in Africa? Let's find out. You're listening to the podcast, Later is Greater. Stay with me. We'll be right back. We're going to have a topic today that's going to touch the conscience of America. This is something that's happening in China. The Women Federation has something going on where they're putting women who are 27 to 30 years of age in a big apartment building. It's an amazing thing. But those women who are of a certain age, as though they can't find a man, they'll never find a man, it's all over. In different languages, in Mandarin, it's called the orange at the bottom of the basket. There's another language, they call it the stuff that's used to fill in between the stoves. So it's an amazing thing. But then what they call men are like a diamond in the rough, or something about a great piece of real estate. So the definitions of men and women are so different in China. I want to have a discussion about what do we think about that in America, and why would they call someone who's just 27 and 30 years of age, why are they called? It's called leftover women. That may be in China. What are we going to call them in America? You're listening to the podcast. Later is greater. I'll be right back, right after this moment. Right after this moment. We've already talked about the 7 steps of success. You have to practice those steps to be great. You all want to be greater than your previous self. You don't have to compete against anybody. Compete against your previous self. That's who you want to be greater than. Your previous self, not anybody else. Always compete against yourself. That way you don't have no problem. Get mad at somebody else. Love all, trust few, and wrong nobody. Marvin Gaye says, holy, holy. Marvin Gaye says we can rock the world's foundation. That's in his song called Holy, Holy. Marvin Gaye said we can rock the world's foundation. So that's what we need to do. We need to shake it up. And we need to do that. And we need to do that for the military people. We need to rock the world's foundation. We need to let them know that something more needs to be done. We cannot afford to have 6 to 7 military suicides a day. 25% of homeless people are military. We've got to do something about that. Like Barbara Jordan says, I'm appalled about it all. We've got to do something about that. You're watching the podcast, Later is Greater. My name is Tyrone Erasmus Campbell. Just call me Erasmus.